Hello everyone, thanks for coming by my portfolio. My name is Jose Gallegos, and today I'll be showing how I created a flow that triggers when a certain checkbox is true. Then that flow goes on to change ownership of the record and creates a task after the record is saved. So I created this flow as a solution for the needs of my client for the Talent Stacker project. I want to thank Salesforce Lori and Alex Creel from Using the Force. Their YouTube channel and videos really helped me understand how this flow works. So I'll link their information in the description below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So first things first is this video is going to be separated into sections. So below is going to be timestamps. You can go to the different sections of the video. It's going to be basically two parts. The first part is going to show the flow in action in the Salesforce org, and the second part is going to show the technical components of the flow itself and how I went about doing that. So let's go ahead and start with this first part here, showing it in Salesforce. So the way that this flow works is as soon as at risk is checked, it's going to change the owner from me to Bradley Rice, who's the person in this org who's going to be dealing with the at-risk members. So I'll do this, pick a date, and then we'll just, the at-risk region, we'll just put whatever, it doesn't really matter. And what's going to happen is after this saves, it's going to change the owner, and it's also going to create that task for them. So let's take a look at how that looks. As you can see, it's now for Bradley Rice. Here's the task that was automatically created. That tells Bradley to reach out to the member within 24 hours. They are now at risk. So that's essentially the flow working on the front end here. So let's take a look at part two at what it looks like in the back end. So here's the flow here. We're going to look here at how it's starting. So here we can see that it's on the member object. And it's whenever a record is created or updated with these conditions here. The at-risk field needs to equal true. And that's whenever it's created or updated where this field equals true, it's gonna run the flow only when a record is updated to meet the condition requirements, and it's gonna be optimized for actions and related records. Okay, so that's how the flow starts. Whenever at-risk equals true, which is what we did over here. So that's what triggered it. So then what happens after that is we want to add the update records component. So when we come in here, we want to use the member record that triggered the flow because we want to update that record, and we always want to update it, not any other conditions. It's when that first trigger happens, it's going to always update it. What's going to happen is it's going to change the field owner ID to the value of a variable resource we created here for Bradley. So let's take a look at what that variable looks like. If we click in the variable over here, we can see that we created a variable. It's a data type is text, and for the value, we put in Bradley's user ID. Now to get this user ID, what you want to do is actually go to users, find the user that you want to switch the ID to. On the top here, between these two percentages in the URL is the user ID, but actually you only want these 15 characters here after the 2F. That's gonna, you're gonna paste that into here for the value, and then it'll change the owner ID to Bradley's owner ID. We just named it Bradley's ID. So that is what's going on there. Next step is after the record owner gets changed to Bradley, we go to the at-risk action here. There's a couple things that we need to explain here. Once it loads here, so again, where it says assigned to ID, we're going to use that variable again for Bradley. Now for the due date only, we're going to, part of the requirement was for the task to be due tomorrow. So I created a formula resource over here called task due tomorrow and made the data type date and put in this information. It's today with the two parentheses +1, and that's essentially saying that that's going to be due tomorrow or 24 hours from now. So we're going to go back, take a look at this. So you have to do that. The other thing you have to do is you have to relate the record ID. So like if we go back here, we see that the name is, it's related to that record, which was Harry Potter. So to get that to work, we had to basically search up here the record, which in our case the member is the same thing as the contact, and you search the contact ID, and that is what's going to be in there. And I put it for a related record ID as well. And then lastly, for the subject of this task, we had to create another resource, which is over here. It's a text template to reach out to the member within 24 hours. They are now at risk. So this was a text template resource that we created. We put it in there. So once all that is in, essentially that allows you to go ahead and update the record owner, and it allows you to create a task for them as well. So that's it for the video. Please let me know if there's different ways to do this in the comments down below. Perhaps you did this in a different way. If you have any questions about this or need any help, don't hesitate to comment down below. I could definitely help with anything that's within my ability to do so. So thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.